Welcome to a special edition of Locked On Astros. I got to hang out with Yainer Diaz at Überrito. Let's talk about Yainer and let's look at this great experience that was enjoyed by fans from across the city.
Alvarez hits a high drive center field. Beer leans back. This game is turned upside down. There's the runner. Fly ball down the right field line. Tucker comes on. Kyle Tucker. This time they finish the job.
Hello and welcome to Locked On Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Huysman and Brett Htown Wheelhouse Chancey.
Hey, everybody. Welcome into a special edition of Locked On Astros. I'm Htown Wheelhouse, half of Locked On Astros. Finally was able to sit down and record this episode where I got to go to Überrito, hang out with Yainer Diaz, and just watch this event unfold. Let me just say, first of all, let me get my intros in, and then I'm going to send a big shout out to Mr. Pete and Chloe and Brett and Raphael here in a second. But I'm Htown Wheelhouse. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You can find me at Stros411 on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Always positive, always Stros. You can find the show at Locked On Astros on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, wherever you get your podcasts. Remember, it's free and easy to listen to on your way to work, on your way home from work, if you're traveling on the road. Put Locked On Astros in, become an everydayer, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Help us climb to 10,000 subscribers. We just hit 9,100. We're 900 away. 900 subscribers away from a lot of really cool giveaways for you guys, the listeners. Thank y'all so much for your support. Thank y'all for your interaction on YouTube, on social media, and thank you for saying hi when you see us in public. We really appreciate that. So without further ado, let's talk about this. The man of the hour, Yainer Diaz, comes to Überrito. You had Mr. Pete, who is the CEO of Überrito. You had Chloe, who is over marketing. Brett Figelman, who is one of Yainer's representatives, and Raphael Antun, who is also another one of Yainer's agents. I met all of them at this event. The manager of the Überrito location. They were all phenomenal. They were great hosts. The event went off. It was flawless. It was an enjoyable experience. The fans got to interact, got to meet Yainer, got to get some autographs. So let me give you a little look into this, because on the 20th, he's going to be at an Überrito again with the meet and greet, and I'll give you details of that at the end of this episode. But let's see a little recap of what happened.
Right here live on location with the Yainer Diaz showing up at Überrito. You see the line already forming all the way down to CBS. People have been here a while. We're going to go inside. We're going to see Yainer. We're going to talk to him. We got a lot of fans here, a lot of Astros enthusiasts. This is up-and-coming all-star catcher Yainer Diaz. He's here at Überrito. He will be signing autographs for the fans here, and we're here, Locked On Astros, live on location, to see everything, to talk to the man of the hour, and enjoy watching people get his autograph. So, y'all stay tuned in to Locked On Astros with your team every day. Go Astros.
And that was a wrap of the event. Look, Yainer Diaz was phenomenal. His representatives were phenomenal. Überrito, all the employees, the people, they actually fed me. And I believe for the most part, I don't know how much they fulfilled this, but they had to cut off the autographs at a certain time because it was only contracted for a certain time. And they got as many people in as they could. I believe they were giving away $10 gift cards to those people who were not able to get something from Yainer Diaz. But again, they do have an event coming up, and let me go ahead and share that on September 20th. They are going at the Champions at the same Überrito, 7 to 8 p.m. The address is 5603 FM 1960 West, Houston, Texas, 77069. I will put that up towards the end of this episode, but I had to share this with y'all. And before we get into talking about his stats and what he's done for this team this year, I got to tell y'all about Jace. Jace Medical is a great sponsor that we have. Jace, the Jace case provides 5 life-saving antibiotics for emergency use. All it takes is get the Jace case, fill out the simple online form, and in some cases, jump on a quick phone call with one of our board-certified physicians. Get ongoing care from our physicians on any treatment-related questions, doctor-created, doctor-recommended. That's right. Save more than $360 by getting these life-saving antibiotics with Jace Medical, plus an additional $20 off by using the code LOCKEDON at checkout on jacemedical.com. That's JASE medical.com. And if you are listening and you're in the Gulf Coast area, if you are along any coast and you deal with natural disasters, hurricanes, whatever it is, you know that sometimes it's tough to get supplies. And this is a great way to ensure your safety and your health at jacemedical.com. Use a promo code locked on. You'll get $20 off. Go there today. Jace Medical is where it's at. Now, Yainer Diaz has been the hottest topic, I think, on this team this year, outside of guys like JP France, outside of the Justin Verlander trade. But what this kid has done, I mean, right now he has 22 home runs and he only has 335 at bats. That is an amazing clip to have that few at bats. That is a home run for every 16 at bats. That is a 500 home run hitter-esque type of pace. That is something that you would see from the greats, the McGuires, the Bagwells, Miguel Cabrera. I mean, these guys that are, great home run hitters. Frank Thomas guy. I mean, every 16.1 at bats, he hits a home run. He's batting 284 on the season with an OPS of 847. And he has played more often post All-Star than he did pre-All-Star. Pre-All-Star, he only had 52 games that he played in. He's already played in 45 games. We're not even through the full part of the season. So it looks like he'll meet that and go beyond that. But what's great about his post All-Star performance is he's hitting 308, a 937 OPS. Before the All-Star break, he was hitting 263 with a 764 OPS. He has 12 home runs post All-Star break. He had 10 before. He even has 36 RBI. Yainer Diaz is hitting the cover off the ball. And look, we saw it before he even came here. The reason why he was in this trade when he was with the Indians and he went to the Fall League, he was batting 294, 355, so 341 overall. When he was in Arizona in 2019, he hit 451. He hit 5 home runs, and that was only in 88 plate appearances. And then he gets traded to Houston, and he just hit the cover off the ball. 324, 396, 314. He had a little bit of a dip, 320, 356. I mean, overall, in the minor leagues, he hit 321. He had an OPS of 868, 52 home runs, and 275 RBI, 434 hits, and only 1,400 plate appearances. This kid knows how to hit. This kid is a student of the game, and he is a great catcher. So I got to ask him some questions. So here are a few questions. Actually, 3 questions to be exact A couple at the end are more just fun questions I wanted to ask him about personal stuff. And so I hope you enjoy. I talked to Yainer Diaz and in one of his agents, Rafael, who is helping to interpret there for us while we are. I got time with him alone after the event. We'll come back and I'll share with you more about Yainer Diaz and that address as well for the next event. For sitting in with us, Yainer, thank you so much for talking about On Astros. Is there one moment that sticks out in your career so far that has defined the path that you're on and has gotten you to this point?
Bueno, primeramente, gracias por el tiempo y la oportunidad de hacerte estas preguntas. ¿Hay algún momento en tu carrera, hasta el momento de hoy, que ha sido determinante en el enfoque que tú has tenido para llegar a donde tú estás ahora mismo?
No, yo entiendo que han sido muchos momentos, tú sabes, muchos momentos difíciles que he pasado que me han ayudado a tomar la cosa más en serio y tener un enfoque, o sea, pero no sabría decirte uno específicamente.
So there's basically not one particular moment that has maybe been career defining for him. There's been a lot of moments, a lot of good ones and a lot of struggles, and just the culmination of all those moments have, allowed him to stay focused and keep on track.
Okay, excellent. So you've spoken about your goals openly from your family. They have said 20 home runs. They've given you goals. Has that helped you obtain those goals without being distracted? And what have you done to stay focused on not trying to do too much?
¿Qué te ha ayudado con el apoyo de tu familia para mantenerte enfocado y trabajando?
Sí, ellos siempre, cada año me ponen metas y cosas así. Yo doy el 100% para cumplirlas, tú sabes, pero ellos, desde que yo firmé un equipo profesional, la meta que me pusieron fue que cuando yo no era solo llegar a Grandes Ligas, que era, mantenerme, ser una superestrella. Y eso es algo que viene en camino para yo lograrlo también.
So his family, ever since he signed his first pro contract, out of the Dominican Republic, every year his family always gives him goals, and he always tries his best to meet them, year in and year out. But the ultimate goal from day one was to make it to the big leagues, and not just make it, but to maintain himself in the big leagues and have a long, successful career, and hopefully be a superstar.
Okay, so I want to ask you a question that I think you'll like. It's about your brother, okay, who is also in the Astros system. Okay, your brother in our system, if you guys were to go against each other in an arm wrestling competition, who would win that arm wrestling match?
Que obviamente tú tienes un hermano menor que está en la organización de los Astros de Houston, que si ustedes tuvieran una competencia de medir pulsos, ¿quién ganaría?
Bueno, él está fuerte también, pero yo le gano.
He's pretty strong. His brother's pretty strong, but he'll probably beat him.
So, okay, one more. Who do you think would hit more home runs in a home run derby? You or your brother?
Bueno, dile que eso, todos los fin de año hacemos un evento allá en mi pueblo y ya yo le he ganado como 3 veces, mi hijo.
Yeah, that it's good. It's funny you ask because every year in the off season, near Christmas, they do one, and he's beat him 3 or 4 or 5 times in a row, and he's his daddy.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Look, that was a phenomenal time, and I wish I had more time to ask him more questions, but I wanted to be very cognizant of his time because he spent time with me after his contracted time. So he spent a little extra time. That was a little OT. I should call that OT with Yainer Diaz. But look, if you are struggling to close deals, cold outreach is wasting the time of both the buyer and you, the seller, at every stage, especially when sellers are using shallow and outdated data. Well, you need to get in with LinkedIn. Why? Because your organization can overcome these challenges with technology that translates comprehensive, high-quality buyer data into real-time insights. These deeper insights empower sales reps and teams to adopt the habits of top performers, which leads to better outcomes like more pipeline, higher win rates, and larger deals. We call this deep sales, but we've built the first deep sales platform with the next generation of LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Right now, you can try LinkedIn Sales Navigator and get a 60-day free trial at linkedin.com/lockedon. That's linkedin.com/lockedon for a 60-day free trial. Let LinkedIn Sales Navigator help you sell like a superstar today. Just go to linkedin.com/lockedon and get started today. So if you didn't get a chance to get there, look, 7 to 8 o'clock, you probably have to get there early. They do have a day game. So the Astros are playing that day. I don't know whether he plays or not. And Yainer was coming off of a win in that last event, so that kind of helped his mood. But he came across to me as someone who is very real and very much enjoys his time with the fans. And I just want to wrap this episode up with this. After talking with Yainer off camera and on camera, after talking with Rafael and Brett, just getting to know what kind of person Yainer is. Look, he has 2 brothers that are both in the major leagues. He has a younger brother his youngest brother, Yainer, is with the Cubs. He is 19. And then Yasel is with the Florida Complex League. They are all 3 catchers. They are all very good catchers. And his brother, who's also in the Astros organization, is a good hitter. And like you saw there, they have home run derbies apparently. And I had no idea when I asked him that question. I mean, that wasn't a softball question. That was just something I wanted to know because I knew his brother was a power hitter as well. But Rafael said, look, they are like the Molinas of the Dominican Republic. And I really think that someone like Yainer Diaz, with his ability to play, his ability to hit, his ability to catch, just how intelligent he becomes or he is, I can see him becoming someone like a catcher that transitions to a management type role, a coaching type role, a great kid. If you ever get a chance to meet him, it will be an honor, just like it was with me. I want to thank Überrito. I want to thank Locked On Astros for making things like this possible for us to go out to these events. And I just really appreciate your support. We appreciate your support because without you guys, the listeners and our followers, we would not do what we do. So that's all I have today. Thank you for hanging out with me and checking out this event with Yainer Diaz. If you can get there on the 20th. Go Stros. Let's go, Yainer.